morning, it's Rob with Robco Water and Aquatic Facility Training. Today we have a really neat adventure that we're going to be going on, and that's why I'm doing this video. So we have a swimming pool here where the alkalinity is testing well over 200 parts per million. It's testing at about 221, and obviously that's too high. So we'd like it ideally at around 100 parts per million. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be supporting the concept. When we teach the water chemistry in swimming pools, we teach that when you aerate the water, it's going to raise your pH without raising your alkalinity. Our alkalinity is already rocket high, like I say, at 200 parts per million. What we're going to do is we're going to be doing an acid treatment. I'm going to be using muriatic acid in order to treat this pool, and that's going to also take down the pH. So in order to keep the pH up, as we adjust the alkalinity down, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be aerating the water in the following manner. I mean, check it out. It's going to be kind of awesome. So the first thing we're going to do is report. And as you can see on this report, we're testing our alkalinity is coming in at 221 parts per million. We have 47,500 liters. I use an app to calculate some stuff out. And after this treatment, our alkalinity would have ended up at 180, and our pH would have ended up just over 7 parts per million, or 7 parts per million. We would have ended up with a pH of 7. So what we've got set up here is I've got my acid, I've got my bucket. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to verify that the pH is high, because those calculations were based on a pH of 8.4 according to the last test. So we're just going to use our electronic pen because we get really fast and accurate readings. So it's taking the sample now. And our pH is coming in at 8.3. So that's perfect for what we're planning on doing today. It's well within the specifications that we use to do our calculations. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix up our acid. And what a lot of people don't realize is that the specific gravity of our muriatic acid is higher than our water. So what that means, notice I'm in a well-ventilated place. I still got a yap full of the fumes. So what that means is with our acid being heavier than the water, if we were to just dump that directly into the swimming pool, it would go right to the bottom and have a really bad effect on the finish. So this is going to be step one. So in order to continue, we're going to turn on our blower. I've got the blower hooked up to the bottom drains in this pool, and when that runs, we're going to get our column of air. So this is how our pH is going to be maintained while we do our treatment for the alkalinity. So I'm going to go ahead and start dumping my acid into the pool, and I'll be back with part 2. All right, so the entire acid treatment's been added to the swimming pool. Everything is circulating and percolating. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to verify again using my pen. And it's going to take a few seconds, but as you can see, everything seems to be going okay so far. Now remember, according to the app that I used, the acid treatment should have dropped our pH down to about 7.1, which is going to be way too low for the swimming pool, right? Because we want our pH at around 7.5. Because that's what our body is. So here we go. We're now reading a pH of 7.5. All right, so right now we are underway. So things are going the way we had hoped and planned. So the next step, we're going to let it circulate for a little bit more, let it percolate for a little bit more, and then we're actually going to run a water sample through our spin lab and verify that our alkalinity has dropped down. Okay, so here we are. We've been on site probably about an hour, a little over an hour, and we've completely finished what we came here to do. So the actual process went a little bit better than expected. I was totally expecting to have to make a second, possibly even a third visit to bring it down in stages. However, according to the spin lab, everything is reading good. The alkalinity is testing at 100. And right now, the aeration brought our pH up to 7.6. So we're right on the money as far as all of this goes. We've unhooked all our equipment. We've back to its normal operating. And we're off to the next adventure, which today turns out to be a liner mold problem.